Hello, welcome back to this session. I'm so happy to be back with you. And in today's session, I wanted to work once again on the Learn AI Data Science app project. I have already one video where we did the foundation of that app. So we have, as you can see, already quite a few folders and files, and we have done the masterpiece, but now we can add more features, more things, and we can go further. I topped up my Claude Code yesterday night. It feels like today actually. And I should have enough credit. The problem with Claude Code at the moment I'm recording this video, it's a little bit expensive. So it's up to you. You can toggle on the auto top up, but you have to see the pros and cons. You also have an extension I suggest you to install. It's an open source extension, Claude Code, stats, terminal, tokens, usage, and thanks to it, you can see how much usage you have used already, and you can track better the balance. So it helps you. It's just an indicator. You can always log in to your Claude console, Claude dashboard, so console.anthropic.com, where you will also be able to see your balance, and you have usage here. That's also very handy. You can see I have used already, that's actually quite a lot, 9 million total tokens in, wow. I'm a bit surprised. I didn't know I have used that much, and my balance now should be $4. Yeah. So we can start, and I will use Claude. That's the comment. So Claude Code npm. If you haven't done so, you will just have to set up Claude Code first, and then you can I will exit Claude help, where you can see all of the commands. In our case, we are in our project here in the Learn AI Data Science. We're already inside of that folder. So that's all good. I will just type Claude, I will do proceed. And now here you can say the write test form for the use. We don't have a user service Dart. So at the moment I will show you what tests we have. I committed to the project here, and I will make it public later on. And at the moment we just have the default test. We have the widget test.dart. Again, this app is with Flutter, so the programming language is Dart. I will probably mention add further real life data science exercises with assessments to complete and gamifications. I'm a bit vague here, but you really need to see the LLM model as a super good junior engineer. And so, like a junior engineer, if the product owner is not clear enough, if the specification is not clear enough, and it's working by itself, of course it might misunderstood what you said. And it's exactly here, exactly the same with LLM. If you are not specific enough, or if you give too much information, it will be overwhelmed, and so it will also make mistakes. And if you don't specify like programming languages or how it should be designed, the color, if you're not specific enough, of course you will have surprises. So it's your duty to mention exactly how it should be built. The specification, the programming language, the design, the color, for what end user it will be used. See really this as like something you can write on a markdown, and so Claude will be able to read all of this. And you can actually have a Claude.md file inside of your project with the things you don't want, the things you tried but didn't work out, and what you want now. Now that's the prompt we are going to submit, and we are going to have further real-life exercises for our end user. You see, I already have my Claude.md file. I asked to create one last time. If you watch my previous video, you will see me asking Claude Code for that Claude.md file. And this one is not very important for now, that file. But you can also mention to Claude Code, read this file. Like you could have a .ai or .claude folder in your root project, and you'd have a lot of markdowns inside of that folder to give specifications to Claude. Do you want to make this edit? That's our learning content.dart. Yeah, I'm happy. So we are calling these new functions, and because that file already existed, it's already there, it already exists, it's asking me if I'm happy with that, with these changes. And I will say yes, allow all edits during this session. And so it will not ask me anymore. And then I can wait. And while waiting for the AI agent, I could actually lift some weight or meditate, take care of my health. I was making a rice mackerel. I'm vegetarian, but I do eat mackerel. So I definitely don't eat meat because I don't like meat. But fish, small fishes I do like. So that's my dinner with soy sauce and pepper and whole meat rice, whole grain rice. And while waiting, you can do something else, or you can carefully look at what the LLM model does, or what else you could do is to see already what the next stage. You can use a wireframe to already plan and to see after what will be the next big step. Like to have a bigger, wider, clear, big picture of your app. And for having that vision, the clear specification, you can have a wireframe, you could have a tablet, an iPad, and so you can already do these changes. In my case, I didn't have dinner yet, so for me it's dinner time, but it might be different for you. Alright, so here, if I just do Shift Tab, and let's see. Yeah, still running. We can see the amount of tokens. In my case, because I didn't set up the nice I have used already in the past, but I think they did a release with, oh no, actually that release is probably the version I have used, 3.1.0. But I don't have this little bash extension on this terminal yet. So what I will do, I will just refresh my terminal here to look at the usage. And you see now we are at 10 million. That sounds a lot, but that's only the total tokens in. So it's normal to have a big number there. And yeah, that's what I have used for now. And we can see actually the model is automatically changing the model, and we can see we moved between the really small one, and then it has been a long time Hey I haven't used, and then Sonnet. That's the my favorite one, to be honest, and the really performant one. But as you can see, it changes. I will use some napkins, of course. Serviettes, very important. Yeah, so Claude Code changes between models automatically. I will actually, of course, I'm not using Google anymore, so I'm using Perplexity, in my case Perplexity Pro, because it's not that I wanted to use Perplexity Pro necessarily, but I do have the Pro version since I'm still a student finishing my data science, and that's why if you're a student, you can have Perplexity Pro for free. It's good to know. When you have a EDU student ID. And now, same here, with the changes there, I will say that that's some learning module. That's only additions of code. It didn't change existing code. No, it didn't. I would say yes. I'm happy for the edits. And yeah, switching between models manually. The model switching. Of course, most of the time the information is accurate, but not always. So I always suggest you to look at the sources, because I have seen even very recently, it was actually yesterday. No, it was also this morning, some hallucination. So yes, be careful, since you might get an information that is not actually accurate. Alright, and here I'm wondering, I go to, what was it saying? Models session. Oh yeah, I can just use the /comment model, and that will be the one select or change the AI model when you do /comment. You have compact as well to have a compact summary, which is this one, the conversation. And here we say yes. Again. Beautiful. And now, here we are. And I'm going to, yes, okay. All right. Is it finished? Is it because we run out of tokens? That shouldn't be the case yet. Let me check on the costs. So far, if I go to dashboard, usage, if I go here, I can see that's my different API keys. I had one also for Succeed ID. If I go to billing, I can see my remaining balance. I have $2.82. So that means I still have money. And actually, to go there, you just have to go to your organization and then billing, and you will see the remaining balance. As easy as that, or you can go to console.anthropic.com/settings/billing. And now, yeah, I will open a new tab in the meantime. And what I will do a git st. It's an alias actually. You can set aliases in your git config.gitconfig file in the root folder of your user of your computer. And then I will see all of the diff it did. Can see. It's nice because unlike Copilot, GitHub Copilot, it doesn't add a lot of redundant comments. With GitHub Copilot, it's so many comments that are not even relevant. And at least before, but I think it's still the case now. I haven't used it for a month, but with Cursor, it was the same. And here I'm just using GitHub Copilot to generate a commit message quickly like this. I could ask, of course, Claude Code to do it for me, but it will use more tokens. And with GitHub Copilot, it's free. It depends on your plan, but normally it's always free for generating the commit message, because even with the free tier, you would only have the basic models, only the premium ones you wouldn't have, but you will still be able to generate commit messages. All right, I already pushed that, and I will be waiting for this one. I'm re-prompting what I said previously, because I'm not sure why it was it got interrupted. Do instead, yeah. There was an issue with this file. I mean, I'm not too sure actually what happened, or maybe I just missed something important I didn't see. That's why you shouldn't be too distracted. I know in my case now is my free time. I'm not working right now, so it's just a little like more chilled and relaxed, but ideally it's also important to be careful of what it does. So that's why I would suggest you, while you wait, just lift some weight and still read what Claude Code or OpenAI Codex would tell you on the screen. So I found that lifting weight is good because you are doing exercises. You can also meditate, but then you are less focused on your screen. So you can have a treadmill, like you could walk on a treadmill and looking at your screen, or lifting weights, or you could pet your cat, something like this, while reading what Claude Code does. Because at the end of the day, Claude is still a copilot. You will have to see that as a copilot, and you are the pilot. You are the main engineer responsible for all of the behaviors, responsible for anything that could happen. If something goes wrong, if there is a problem, security issue, or your service goes down, it's your responsibility. It's not AI. So you have to be aware of what it does. Use your brain first, LLM second, and think first, and then do what you need the AI to do for you. But always your head first, think first, and don't delegate or outsource your brain to the model. Because if you outsource your brain to the model, then everything is on fire. No, this one first, always. You have the commands, and then you have to use Claude Code as a tool and not Claude Code to do things for you. You want Claude Code to do things for you instead. So Claude Code is just you just outsource the work by making the model coding for you, but you're responsible for the output and input. The prompt is your duty to. If the output is not good, it means the input wasn't good. So if the prompt wasn't good, of course, the outcome will be bad. If your prompt is excellent, most of the time, the output, the result will be excellent too. It's not magic, actually. So always think first and be extremely vigilant, because it's easy to switch off our brain, and then it's where everything goes wrong. And it's a little bit like the Murphy Law. The Murphy Law, if something can go bad, it will go bad one day. Sooner or later, it will. So to prevent that, of course, you can have a lot of extra layers. Like now you have GitHub Action Codex to do your code reviews for you, which is also very handy. GitHub Action Codex code review. But at the end of the day, it's just like suggesting things, and it's not the end solution, like the final solution. That one. Codex Action. Yeah, so you can create a pipeline in your project with a .github folder, and you would have your new action. Actually, I should set it up for this project later on, so we'll star the repo. That way I will not forget. Okay, so now we are all done. We just need to run Flutter run, but that will be for a Mac OS app. This app has been designed first for iOS, iPhone, not for Mac OS. And for Android, I will need to install Android Studio and Xcode for the simulator and the emulator for the Android Studio. And that way I will be able to run all of this. And that's the summary, the new content summary. We can also commit our new changes, which are none. Let me check that. Implement X. That was, yeah, that's the last commit I did like 5 minutes ago. Alright, so it didn't do any other changes. Please implement and run tests, unit tests, to ensure the quality and the usability and functionalities work perfectly for the students of the app learning data science. This prompt, I do agree, is not the best one. It's easy to be, it's actually hard to write an amazing prompt. So don't count on me there. You can do better. Don't follow me there. But it's actually, it seems so easy, but communication is hard. Communication has always been hard. And writing excellent prompts is actually not easy at all. People believe it's easy, but no, it's actually super hard. Much harder than it looks like. Being a good prompt engineer, it's a huge challenge. It's a really difficult thing to do. And you have to communicate extremely well to have really good results. And if you're not a good prompt engineer, again, like I said, the output will not be what you expect. So now it's still continuing. That's one test we have now. The test models user progress test. And now we need to continue waiting. You see this, it's taking some time, but it's okay, you know, and you can do something else, leave Claude Code doing its job. Now it can last for 8 hours. If it has a really complex and difficult task, it will last for 8 hours with Claude Code 4.5. And we can actually, if we go here, how long Claude Code lasts. Claude Code agents actually last. Is it 8 hours? And what and for what kind of tasks? I could speak actually, but I just prefer to type in this case. And agent session do not automatically last. I fix 8 hours, 5 hours we set cycle, weekly usage, caps. In addition to 5 hours cycles, weekly wait, limits now restrict the total number. We can have a look there. So there's a weekly wait. Some kind of restrictions. Access preventing excessive or abuse. Yeah, abusive 27. That's interesting. So because as a marketing talk, keynote, they say, oh, it can run for 8+ hours, but they don't really allow this to the public for now. Constantly working 8-12 hours a day, every day. So far I've heard it didn't really happen. First attempt will be 95 card base, yeah. If we look at the videos, because that's what I saw. Claude Code, yeah, that's 9 minutes. Claude Code, agent, hours. 30 hours straight. Yeah, I think that's what I saw. It wasn't 8, it was 30 hours. But apparently it's not really something, I mean, it really depends. Like usually you don't have the need to. Oh yeah, it has the link of the video. When I paste it, I think it's the link of the video, yeah. Alright, so we can see here 4.5 completed Slack clone project. Oh yeah, it was a Slack clone project with 30 hours of straight coding. Typically in practice limit, where the specific 30-hour session likely required careful engineering. Yeah, you have to also to prepare very well the prompt and the task and the requirements of the project extremely precisely well to narrow any gaps, any lacks of communication, to not have any rooms of misunderstanding or something that might not be what you wanted. Otherwise, you would just have, again, like a 30-hour garbage results. In summary, Claude Code 4.5, max and major advancement, yeah, 30 hours. Yeah, that was the example, a Slack project, Slack clone. Alright, and here I do continue there. Amazing. Yeah, it's getting there. And after I plan to publish it on the App Store and the Google Play. So you will be able to learn data science thanks to the app, and you will be able also to contribute to the open source project because, the code will be open source. I will make the project open source for anyone to use it. It will be on the organization Open Data for Science /learn AI data science. So learn-AI-data-science. Alright, and it's still running it's updating actually some files because I believe some tests were failing, and that's why there are some issues. Yeah, but we are getting there. New content summary, downloading packages. Oh, it did download one package. So that's why it's really nice, really important to look closely and carefully what it does, so you have a better understanding, more context for you, so you will also be able to give a better prompt for the next time because you knew what it did. So it's actually nice to look at your screen. So again, looking at your screen while doing something useful is lifting weights. To me, you can even bring a computer at the gym if you wish. If there are not a lot of people, it's perfect. If you have a plug somewhere to plug your computer. Oh, actually, I should plug my computer too before I do forget. Or different comments you can use. And in our case, I'm stopping Claude Code for now. I will commit all of this later on, but it's very exciting what we have done. And if I look here, final review of the project. Yeah, amazing. I wish you a happy AI code journey. I will make sure that all of the project is being open sourced and public, so you will be able to fork the project to create a new version. Let me know in comments anything you would like to learn, and I wish you a beautiful day.